Greetings and welcome back to Stellaris, my Commonwealth of Man playthrough. So as I have said before, programming an AI is very difficult. There are a lot of variables that go into every decision, and some of them are situational. So you see how I'm having to really micromanage since I wanted to push military to maintain my economy, and I'm still not doing an excellent job. The AI will be doing even worse, because despite the fact the sliders are present, the AI really cannot handle slow research combined with fast growth. I've seen this before in Civilization and other games. It tends to break the AI, and they tend to stagnate and fail to maintain their empire and suffer lots of rebellions. So I do have an advantage in this game despite the fact that they are on Grand Admiral difficulty. They are going to suffer when it comes to empire management because they will not be able to make the good decisions that I can to make use of bad situations. Now we will recover from this, and to that extent I am starting to develop my resources a bit more. I am developing a mining district on Flaxington and a generator district on St. Natchbull that will help with my energy credits, which aren't really that low. And clearing out the dense jungle on Leffingwell so I can build another agriculture district. Now I think I am going to end up turning Dawnlight also into agriculture. So when it is ready for another one, I think I will add an agricultural district here. Now when it comes to long-term plans, I am looking for the terraforming technology because my objective is to turn every world into one that is easily inhabitable by humans, which means most species that can't handle continental type worlds will probably end up getting purged in a way by us, because my goal is to make every world inhabitable by humans who are the chief citizens. So when I get access to terraforming technology, I will be using it. Now that may not necessarily matter for like ocean worlds and stuff. I will get enough habitability bonuses through technology that I can make ocean and tropical worlds have high habitability for humans. But in the meantime, we make use of what we have. So any species that can't thrive on our worlds that are pre-FTL, we will just build observation posts over. Any empires that are native to other environments, we will simply become the overlord of.
Science Division reports success.
We have gotten AI-controlled colony ships. By giving control of the colony ships to an artificial intelligence, the crew and colonists can be suspended in a deep sleep. Now we have access to the auxiliary fire control, the automated exploration protocols, and the global energy management. Despite the fact I currently have a computing expert in here, the global energy management is necessary for us at this point since we are struggling with energy credits. So that is the next one we are going to research. I do not have anybody who would favor that, so we are just going to keep Scientist Luo in here. And it will take 8.5 years.
System reconnaissance completed.
So we have finished Rastaban. I am 3 months out, so I can wait until April to queue up the construction there. Still got quite a few in Zerk we need to survey. Larkin's Singularity should be surveyed fairly quickly. The only thing in here is the black hole itself.
Science Division reports a new breakthrough.
We have gotten fusion missiles. These updated space-to-space missiles have more powerful fusion warheads and improved flight performance. We can get additional housing through the weather control systems, get the star holds, or access the destroyers. Well, destroyers is the cheapest one. That is the one we will go through. Now, we do not have a Voidcraft specialist, so we will keep Mr. Romanov in here. And it will take 6 years. Since I have 6 years before I get another thing that matters, we can go ahead and go to our ship designer and upgrade our missiles. And tell all of our current fleets to go ahead and upgrade. It'll still cost a lot of alloys and is going to set me back from building more defense platforms in Deneb.
Ships refitted.
Strike Force Dragon is fully upgraded, only had the 2 ships. The next one to upgrade will most likely be, and I should have checked, yes, they did go to safe for their upgrades. And I don't think I can get past the irony of this system being called safe when it is a border system. I also need to upgrade my existing shipyard. I don't have the... Yeah, it's only going to cost 25 alloys to upgrade the 1 missile I have in Deneb, and I have 2 here, so there's another 50. I actually do, since they are not to their destination yet. How long do they have? 2 months? And a little over a month. I'll keep this stuff banked so that they can get their upgrades quickly before I continue building further platforms here on Deneb.
Ships refitted.
My missile platform in Deneb is upgraded. And I did forget to begin construction of a star base here.
Ships refitted.
My defense platforms at Safe are now upgraded.
System reconnaissance completed.
And as I said, the Singularity system was not going to take too awfully long to survey. Okay, this is the first contact for another empire. We're going to go ahead and attempt to nab some of them so we can complete this fairly quickly.
Anomaly found.
Cargo pod. A small cargo pod has been left adrift in space above this gas giant. It has been captured by the planet's gravity well and will eventually be pulled into its atmosphere. We're going to go ahead and check that one out. That's a level 1. It'll knock out fairly quickly. About 2 months.
Field engineers have cleared a blocker.
We are going to begin another agricultural district here on Leffingwell. Take about 8 months. We do have a clerk that can be pulled over there right now. So that will give us a little bit more food. These guys are producing about 8, so that will get us out of the deficit. We found a toxic terraforming candidate in Shaula. A discarded cargo pod was left by someone in the upper atmosphere of Zirk 3 long ago. It has somehow escaped the notice of other spacefarers, and its decaying orbit means it would have been lost in the gas giant's crushing atmosphere within another few years. When the crew of the CNS emissary unsealed the pod, they found a stash of alien jewelry made out of precious metals. We could melt them down for alloys. That's a lot of alloys. Or sell them for energy credits. Either are useful. I think I'm going to sell them for... No, we're going to melt them down and get the alloys. That will allow us to begin construction of another platform or upgrade a space station. We're going to keep it banked until like October to see if we've made progress toward getting to Shaula. Which does remind me, there's not that many to survey here. Yeah, only about 5 systems. I might be done with that by the time I am just about done with the one in Larkin Singularity. Which does remind me, I can go ahead and queue up building that outpost now. Our attempts to capture the exploratory vessel of the Oscar Bogies have ended in catastrophe. Unfortunately, they resisted more vigorously than expected, and once it became clear that their fight was hopeless, they set the vessel to self-destruct. Little now remains of their vessel but debris. We can only hope their exploration vessel will not be followed by warships bent on revenge. So we did get a debris project. Has no traces of components we have not already researched. So they have no tech, we do not. And it immediately disappeared because of that. Now there's another one here that is now listed as a hostile. As soon as one of our fleet's upgrades, we can send it to push that science vessel away. We have discovered Zro. It is an extremely rare aerosol of exotic particles that appears to have been deposited here through a meteor impact, but its true origin is a mystery. If ingested by sonically gifted individuals, this aerosol should act as a very potent and potentially addictive drug that enhances psi abilities.
Ships refitted.
Strike Force Medusa is now finished its, so we will send it to take care of that alien menace over there before it returns to its patrols. We have reached a population level where we have gotten a third gas plant engineer job. We do not need that right now, so I'm going to shift that human over to being a culture worker. I'd rather them drain consumer goods than minerals right now while we're working on construction. And now that we have 2 more miner slots, we are going to go back to growing some Ichner Vol. We have a shortage of amenities here. We do have 2 servants working. What we can do is develop a holo theater. Those domestic servants can serve as them, but that is going to cost us consumer goods. So the next thing we need to develop is another industrial district, so that we can at least shift this human up here to be another artisan, because we are going to be getting into a consumer goods deficit. I'm going to go ahead and queue up another defense platform on Deneb.
Ships refitted.
And our other fleet is now fully refitted. We actually have 5K in fleet strength now. We also have 3 more naval capacity. So we can begin to reinforce Strike Force Dragon a little more. That is another reason my economy is suffering. Since I chose militaristic, I am actually supporting a fairly large fleet size for my economy, which creates a drain on energy credits and alloys, which is one of the reasons I had to focus on alloys. Alright, that moved somewhere I can't see that ship any longer, so Strike Force Medusa's orders are cancelled and they resume the patrol. We have begun the final reinforcement for now for Strike Force Dragon to keep us at our naval capacity. And we have begun construction of an industrial district on St. Natchbel that will enable us to get out of our consumer good deficit. Now, another way to prevent us from getting further into a consumer good deficit is to cut down on the amount of humans that we're breeding. We currently only have 1 world breeding humans. The others are breeding the slaves who do not use consumer goods, but even in worker positions, we have a slight consumer good upkeep on our humans. And it'll take about a year to build that industrial district, and currently we only have 1 human that will move up from a clerk job to work it.
Construction complete.
And we have finished Larkin's Singularity and are on our way to Shaula. As soon as we snag Shaula, we will have another decent choke point system where I can upgrade this to a starport and begin setting it up as a bastion.
System reconnaissance completed.
And we want these preparations in effect before we actually go to war, because they can attack us from 2 directions right now. We also would like to get this other fleet fully outfitted so that we have fairly large strike forces we can send every direction. A 4th fleet would be even better. There's a savannah and a tomb world. Nothing particularly special in these systems. I need to send back up here to survey this system as a choke point. That will take over a year to get back up that way. Actually, it might be better to build another science ship and actually start checking that direction and use this science ship to actually grab some of these neighboring systems to give us more of a cushion so they can't leapfrog us. Actually, let's go ahead and survey this system first. And we will begin construction of another science vessel. But we're going to wait because in about a month he is going to need alloys to start construction in Shaula.
Recon pass completed.
As a matter of fact, it might be dangerous going there. The reason they may not have claimed this could be something extremely dangerous in it. Let us actually survey this system first and wait until the starbase is constructed so we have a view of what's going on in there. We've finally gotten the Zerk system. Yes, this one can come up here to survey the Polygar system. And we will be claiming Zerk after we have started claiming this system. Actually, I think we got enough banked alloys to do it now. No, it takes 85, so we need 170. So one more month. We'll start in April. That ship is back. We'll see about intercepting it with Strike Force Gorgon. We've gained another tradition. We're going with war games. This will boost our fleet command limit by 20, allowing us to have a fleet command limit of 60 when we complete destroyers, so we will be able to field several destroyers to our existing fleets. A strong wargame tradition has taken root among the senior officers of our fleets. Whether the games be computer simulations or actual exercises in space, this has encouraged our admirals to think outside the box, resulting in numerous tactical innovations and new strategies. And it'll be 4 years before we get another tradition. That will still be before we get access to actual destroyers. I'm going to go ahead and assign a leader here. No, we don't have the unity for a leader yet. We're going to need at least 350. But we are going to take Strike Force Dragon and send it up this way. It's going to take 8 months to get there. In those 8 months, we should, actually in a few months, we should have the unity we need to hire an admiral. So we can have this other partial fleet to be able to at least slow down their surveys of these regions. And I think I will build another science ship. Because we should be able to get another scientist in a few months as well. And we will start digging out some of these other sites with the third scientist, because we do have a scientist who headed up this way. Ah, they did finally claim that system.
Construction complete.
What is that? That may be a constructor I need to destroy. We will see. There's a hostile in here. Let's put this on, not automatic construction. We will put this on passive so we can move into this system to build a starbase. And let us see if this is an actual fleet that is popping up. That does appear to be a constructor. So yes, change of plans. We do need to eliminate that constructor. Let's see, are we still where we could, because I need to cancel my current orders. Yeah, we can still set up our patrol from where we are. We're going to patrol these two systems, but first we need to eliminate their constructor. They are not getting this system.
Construction complete.
Now, how long is it going to take me to get to that constructor? Because it only takes them about 100 days when they get in position. going to take me 120 days to get there. Hopefully I will be able to interrupt it in time. And we have this starbase in orbit of Shaula. We're going to begin building some mining stations, I think. And then just backtrack through these systems, getting our mining stations right now. Alright, he has begun construction. We are 102 days away. We'll actually engage them a few days before they can complete that, because it's 102 days to actually get all the way there. Combat will start a few weeks before we would reach the position. We have an additional science ship. We can go ahead and recruit another scientist before we get another admiral. We have industry research and another spark of genius. We are not currently doing industry, but industry is a pretty big one. But another spark of genius might be useful for physics right now to get the capacity subsidies and energy grid faster. But let's actually get one of those industry specialists. The youngest, Daisy Popovic. I wonder if she is related to Cassandra. Oh, we need 350 for that. So it'll be one more month before we have that. But we can go ahead and put this ship in position of the moon bump. We found rare crystals in Polygar. The crystals have properties that make them extremely effective at focusing laser beams, and they are also a critical component in most advanced electronics. In addition, many cultures treasure them as decorations and adornments. Where are they pushing to with this ship? Oh, it's immediately turning around to run away. Wait a minute. That was a different looking ship. I was looking at my ship, I think. No? Oh, there's two ships there. Yeah. My developer and their ship that is turning around to flee. Alright, now we can go ahead and recruit another scientist. Daisy. Have her start excavating the moon bump. Even with the naked eye, it is easy to see something highly irregular in the shape of Safe 2. The smooth curvature of the surface is suddenly interrupted by a gigantic spherical bump. At some point, a moon or large asteroid collided with the planet, and must have done so in a fairly delicate manner, merely lodging itself in the planet's crust rather than rending it asunder. So we now have made contact with the United Miravandian Imperium.
Permanent communications have been established with an alien empire.
They're hegemonic imperialist. Your show of hostility is very concerning, human. We can only assume that you are a crazed beast in need of being put down by the superior human. We are the superior human. Thank you very much. You should have said your own species. That is a little flaw in the text. Alright, so these guys respect our authority or else. That would cause a cessation of hostilities, unfortunately. But we are about to immediately declare war on them because we are not letting them get this system. Now, I need to make sure I'm still headed this way. So, just in case it interrupts that order, I'm going to tell it to keep moving in. Now let us go to contacts. Oh my, ocean preference? I don't care if they are weaker than us. I mean stronger than us. This is necessary. We can't set a claim or anything yet. We can't declare war without a goal. So we're going to have to wait till one of these pops up. Or actually, we'll immediately propose subjugation with them. So we can at least do a war goal when they refuse. Because it's still going to be a month or two before we get there. At least a month. Interesting. So I think they started somewhere in this vicinity. Now do I have option? Yes, I do have option. To vassalize or make a tributary. This is somewhat dangerous since they started right here. It's entirely possible they are a scion and these guys are their overlords. We'll find out. This could be ugly. But this is their capital system. No, I don't remember an empire being here. This has to have been a pre-FTL that was near space age that I didn't notice that just came up. So yeah, I think we can handle this. We are going to go ahead and make them a tributary.
Standing by to commence offensive operations. Weapons free. Repeat, weapons free.
So we are immediately going to have us go straight for their constructor. And I do need to mobilize my other fleets this direction. I do have the other fleet already en route. Now if we look at the victory conditions, yes, they are very low score compared to us. I believe we can handily prey upon them. We're going to start construction of a civilian industries here on Dawnlight. This is the last planet, I believe, that has a human enforcer. So we will be able to finally shift that enforcer up that is down here working as a miner, because we are about to get another Ichner Vol. We'll get it before it completes. So that Oxenolitter should become a clerk. And when we get the civilian industries, we can have that one human who is an enforcer move over to be an artisan, and then shift the Oxenolitter up to be the enforcer. Now we need to upgrade this space station. So we still need a little bit more alloys before we can pull that off. I could go ahead and buy 25. So I can get this started, because there is the chance, since we're at war with someone else, that these guys will see an opportunity to jump us. We need to start getting our defenses in place at Shaula as well. But doing this conquest, since I do believe we can handle this, should help with the approval rating here, because we will get a conquest. We will begin our hegemony. So that is 2 more bonuses we will get to boost their approval rating, which will boost our overall population happiness and stability on every colony that has members of this faction. And we should now have enough to go ahead and get a new admiral. We can get the eager one. If I wait another month, I might be able to get Kirsten, who has got the aggressive that I much prefer. We're pretty close to that month too. There we go. Now I should be able to recruit, provided it hasn't changed the admirals. It has not. We can get Kirsten Kreutz. That's almost close to an actress's name, I think, from Smallville. But yeah, she is aggressive. Leader is an aggressive admiral, always looking to pour as much fire on the enemy as possible with the least amount of time. That also boosts her sublight speed, so I can make it to where she can pursue these guys a little faster. So we want to attack that one, and then move to there. Because we want to push their science vessels out of territory that we are claiming. Speaking of pushing vessels out of areas we are claiming, how close are you to completing that? Looks like you abandoned it and ran away when my fleet came in the system. But I don't think you're getting away from my fleet because he has gale speed. Now we do also need to mobilize our armies. And head them this way because they are going to be needed to take their capital. I don't know if we've got intel on their capital to where we can't see how many armies they have. I'm pretty sure I'm going to need a few more. Let's go to St. Natchbel and recruit another human army. Oh, wait, no, we can get auxiliators here. We'll get another one of these armies. Any of the others would probably take a while, but that'll give us 4 armies. Hopefully that will be sufficient. We'll see. We might end up needing a couple more, but I'm going to have to kind of trickle them. It'll be a while before we have to deal with it, and I can bombard the planet once I get their system under control anyway.
Fleet action underway.
Yes, I didn't think you'd make it away. You might emergency FTL, though. Here come the missiles. Oh, you did make it away, huh? Well, we're in hot pursuit. We're going in. And after you go there, you are headed here. I'm just going to have them immediately head in as well. And let's begin claiming... Actually, no. Let's keep moving on to Pelagar so we can claim this border system. That's another one I would want to upgrade because it is, in fact, a border system. Our relative navy strength is already high compared to theirs. It shouldn't take too awfully much. We just need to get some occupation and war exhaustion on their side. As we get closer, as we get at least 50% of each, we should be able to push them to become our tributary. Though actually I have sufficient. I could start claiming systems and get some additional systems from them. But do I want the systems boosting my empire size right now, or do I want to leave them as a tributary? I didn't get to survey this system, or any of these systems. I think right now I will just leave them with these systems rather than claiming them through war. Alright, they've got 2.5K. I'm going to pull back till my other fleets get here. How far out is this fleet? 5 months. Ugh. How far out to get to here? 4 months. It's going to take them less than 4 months to close this distance, I think. Let's see. Let's do a quick test. If I were to go over there, it would take a month. So we are going to backtrack to here. Actually, let's backtrack to here. That would take 2 months. So that'll take them 3 months to get to there. Medusa Strike Force would take 3 months to get to there. So I think we need to get out of this system with our... After we complete this survey. Well, we've only got one order left after this. 2 systems. I don't think we will get them before they get into the system, but after we complete this one, we're going to go ahead and pull back to this system and survey it. Because it'll only take about a week or 2 to finish this survey. So yeah, let's let it progress. Oh, even less time. Let's see, 3 days to get over there. And we're getting about 7%. We might get this system completed before they show up. Yeah, because it's 7% per day. So, to get 84 would be 12 days. And that would leave us with 2 more days. So, it's going to take 14 days. I think we can get the surveys here done before they get into the system, so we can pull back. However, I don't think our constructor is going to be able to come in here and do the construction. We can see. We'll have our constructor hesitate here for now. Because we are going to try and pull them back. They aren't following. If we can get our 2 armies together, because one of our, 2 fleets, one of our fleets is equivalent to both of theirs. Yeah, they've got almost 40 ships, and our 30 ships have a higher fleet power than their 2 combined. If we get 2 of our fleets together, they're going to be in some serious trouble. And we'll be able to push in and decimate their fleets and start occupying their territory. We'll go ahead and begin recruiting another assault army here.
Recon pass completed.
So we have completed the Polygar system. We can now pull this scientist out and have them go back and survey this system. We will put them on, not automatic surveying, on passive, because I'm not worried about another science ship, especially with my fleet coming in this way. And we can go ahead and say we are going to be building that outpost, because I believe, yeah, we're about 2 months away from being in here with him, and these fleets will push forward and crush their fleets. Oh, their science vessel moved in here, did it? It'll turn around and run back away because I have a fleet in the area. Cassandra Popovic has died. She was aboard the Traveler. We have another Eager, a Spark of Genius, and a Statecraft. We have a Statecraft, but he is getting old. Let's get Ning Sima, the Eager one, since right now this one is just going to be doing surveys. We can survey these 2 systems, and that will give us the systems we need as a cushion, and then we'll figure out where he's going from there. Alright, so I can put this one back on evasive, since there are no hostiles in this area. And I'll just have Strike Force Dragon hold here. Actually, let's have Strike Force Dragon protect our constructor. We'll have it follow our constructor for now. Our first additional transport fleet is ready. We will have them merge. And our 2 fleets should now be ready to push forward. This is the faster fleet, Strike Force Gorgon is. So we will have Strike Force Gorgon follow the other fleet so that he doesn't race ahead, and we are going into this system. Found another toxic terraforming candidate in Alcade. I started recruiting a 3rd Oxenlitter army, so we'll end up having 6. And on St. Natchbull, I had to shift the human clerk up to be an artisan, which pulled another servant to be a clerk. So we are in an amenity deficit here, but I needed to get out of the consumer good penalty so that we can build, the next structure we can build here will be a hollow theater. This servant and this clerk can move up there and get us out of the deficit, but we need minerals to pull that off. And here comes our next transport reinforcement. We will have them also merge with Transport Fleet 1. And we are about to enter the Bithia system. They're still back over there. We might be able to get that down before they join the combat, we will see. But a better option might be to go around the edge and engage their fleet first in the periphery. And I think that is what we're going to do, is eliminate their fleets first. And I forgot to make sure that the one with gale speed is following the other instead of racing along on his own. There we go. Follow them. Yeah, they're moving to engage. So hopefully we can get them... Actually, let's pull back further since they're already intercepting us. We will pull back to here so that when we do engage, they don't pull us in range of the starbase. Well, they're not moving on an intercept course. Let's pull back behind here. Looks like they're going to Poligar. We'll intercept them before they can jump.
Fleet action underway.
There we go. We've intercepted them. And we'll see if we can take them out without getting in range of their starbase. Oh, we did have a construction done. Shaula can finish its construction queue. It has been upgraded to a potential bastion. First thing we want here is a shipyard. Yeah, they're both engaged. It actually says that they have more hull points than us. We can't get a look at their ships just yet, but I'm pretty sure we're going to engage them long before they're we both have missiles. Oh, and we have point defense, my friends. How are we doing so far? They have small mass drivers and nuclear missiles that have gotten through, but they've only done 652 to our hull. We've done 4,500 to theirs. They do not have any point defense where we do, but some of their missiles did get through. Very few. We've only taken 19 damage to our hull from missiles and 57 damage to armor, so only a few of their missiles have gotten through. We have neutralized a lot of their attack capability. We did lose a ship, though. So the factory is still 2 months away from needing more minerals. I'm going to go ahead and buy 100 minerals, so I can have St. Natchbull begin construction of a hollow theater. Now, in a year, we will have another human who should be the other artisan, which would definitely get us out of a consumer good deficit. And these two should be able to pull up to get us out of our amenities issues. Back to the combat. Yeah, now we severely overpower them. Now, one thing, these guys are inferior to us. I believe it's going to be a while before we get into a war with somebody who has tech we do not. So it might be a good idea to go ahead and change our debris policy to scavenge to get us more alloys. We'd be locked in it for 10 years. It would be 2247 before we could switch. No, we will leave it as research. Even if that means we're getting no debris fighting these guys, and possibly no debris when we go into combat over here. I would like to keep it on scavenge for things that we encounter, say, drones, or if we fight Yankee or space amoebas, we still have things we can get progress on. Even though we are losing out on a lot of alloys, alloys are not a bottleneck for us at this point. Speaking of which, he's already building the star base. We can begin our final defense platform here, which will be the large energy, the integrity. They've got one ship trying to run away there. The battle is over. Looks like we lost 3 ships. 2 corvettes from Medusa, 1 from there. We shot down 132 of their missiles. A few still did get through, or at least 1 got through. Yeah, because we only took about 80 points of damage from missiles. So at least one got through. But overall, I think we did a good job. Now, our fleets are a little damaged, but all this thing has is mass drivers. It is a star base. Has a decent amount of armor, though. I think we should pull back to heal and repair. So yeah, let's actually tell them to go back and repair. And we could start reinforcing the fleet again to get... one thing we could do, quick reinforcement. This is all picket class. What did we lose here? We lost 1 picket, 1 interceptor, and another interceptor. So yeah, we're going to have to replace 2 regular interceptors anyway. We'll just hold off and tell them to reinforce when we get more alloys. Now that did a huge chunk of space battle exhaustion for them. They lost 22 ships. It says we lost 1. We lost 3. So as you see, these aren't entirely accurate, but they're generally pretty good. Yeah, it says in the space battle, they lost 7, we lost 1. It broke it down into multiple battles. They lost 5, they lost 7, they lost 3, they lost 7, and it says we lost 1. We lost 3 ships.
Construction complete.
Alright, actually our next 200 alloys, we're going to change our plans. It'll take them... Yeah, it'll take them 6 months to get over there and start repairing anyway. But yeah, our next 200 alloys is going to be to upgrade this to a starport and get it a shipyard so that we can repair and retrofit here and build reinforcements there. We have established our sleeper cells in the Latrepian Society. We have 1 envoy I had forgotten to assign somewhere. I think they needed to go back to the United Uthabulan clans. These sleeper cells are only going to last another 7 years. Now we might end up needing an envoy here, depending on the outcome of the war, because they are going to have horrible loyalty. Though as oppressive as we are, we might need to do something to raise their loyalty. And I'm just going to move back to Beta Ursa Majoris. We'll end up claiming that system later. I will go back and get these at another time. I'm already investing in some here. He's got a queue of mining stations he is claiming. And we still need minerals to build up our colonies. Research proposal. Our scientists on the observation post above Ofang 4 have requested a science ship to help them gather specimens from the planet's surface. For the purpose of research, they would like to covertly abduct some of the barbarians and perform tests on them. They will then be safely returned to the surface with their memories erased. It will help us understand them better, or we should leave them alone. It will help us understand them better.
New sitrep.
So we can spare the one that is doing the archaeological site to head over here and research the projects in the system before Daisy returns over here. She hasn't had excellent progress anyway. Alright, we can close out this enforcer job to be able to move that clerk up to being an enforcer. Now we have oxen litters as all of our enforcers, which should shift all of the armies, defense armies, to end up being oxen litter eventually. And that definitely gets us out of our consumer good deficit. Now we still have a food deficit, but in 1 month we should have another farmer here. Now we can begin upgrading this starport.
Recon pass completed.
Completed the Mestro system. Once we get the Fiddleham system, I think after I complete all of these, I'm going to head back down here to claim these 2 systems just for the cushion. Of course, they'd have to be at war or have been at war for us to worry about those, honestly. We have closed borders. They can't get through unless they get the ability to jump, but that doesn't help their constructors for a while. However, any species we are establishing first contact with, if they happen to have
construction complete,
heading that way. He's still got several lined up. Oh, they're spazzing out. They're not repairing. They are just kind of spazzing out. So we will tell them to enter orbit. That fixed it. I don't know what it is with the heal order. Well, they would just sit there orbiting, actually never making it to the thing and just spinning in a circle around it. But we should have enough alloys to reinforce Strike Force Gorgon. Before we do that, however, let's go back to Strike Force Gorgon. Let's cancel that reinforcement. We should be close to needing... Yeah, we'd already finished the construction in the Shaula station. We need a gun battery. And then we are going to need a communications jammer over there, but that's not as critical as our reinforcements. The gun battery is. All right, we will send Transport Fleet 1 to Casper Van Dien. I think I may let a few clerks run for a bit, as clerks will generate trade value, which will help our energy credits right now, until I get some more technicians going at least. And I need to switch Dawnlight back to growing humans to fill out this other artisan slot. We do need to get these soldiers filled out. We're at the extent of the agriculture we can do on Leffingwell anyway. So as these oxygenators grow, they will become soldiers. And Doran is about a year away, so when it's down to, I think in April, we will begin a generator district here. And actually, we'll probably need to build some agriculture here as well. Let's see, currently we have one more district. That leaves us 4, and that would be the 4 we will get from what is blocked, which will leave us 1 agriculture district. We could shift over to, say, city or something else. Now we can do Mastery of Nature and add 2 more districts. So yeah, there is the potential for us to do a little bit of farming on here. So we could add a agriculture district. We do want to get 1 more generator district up because we are low on energy credits. And then the next district here will be another farming district. Strike Force Gorgon is fully repaired. We will go ahead and tell Gorgon to follow Medusa. So that when Medusa is fully repaired, we can send them back to retake this system, or to take this system away from them. We've got another insight technology we will get on our next breakthrough, which will probably happen when we finish this probing of the aliens in about 6 months. Strike Force Medusa is fully repaired. We will send them to Bithia. This is actually a star port that we will be taking away from them. So that's a place we can repair after the combat. And then we can see about sweeping through and taking some of their outposts just to cut them off from it. Or actually, we should probably go to their capital, because that's where their fleets will be re-emerging, reappearing.
Skywatch is tracking a new enemy fleet.
The Vanquishing Corolla is inbound toward the Bithia system. Yes, we're about to engage them. How long is it going to take us to get there? 6 months. So they might make it to Polagar before we do. We should keep an eye on them. It looks like they are bypassing their own starbase and going straight for Polagar. So they may flip this system. It's still got 4 months. I don't think it'll make the upgrade in time. This strike force is not sufficient to handle them. I'm going to keep them back here for now. Alright, it says we are 4 months away from there. How far are we from Polagar? We're about 2 months out from Polagar. So we should be able to prevent them from taking Polagar, I think. It's only got 3 months left to upgrade. It may upgrade before the battle is done, which would be really helpful. Begun construction of another generator district on Doran, and started reinforcement of Strike Force Gorgon. We are about 2 months away from this station being upgraded, but it may fall fairly quickly. We'll see. Reinforcement is on its way.
Anomaly found.
We found signs of battle in Fidelum. A large amount of ship debris can be found in orbit around this planet, possibly the remnants of some kind of massive fleet action. Now that's a level 4. We'll leave it be for now. No rush on getting it with a level 1. Our fleet have made it. They ran. So we can take Strike Force Medusa now and tell them to head this way. What did we do in that battle? We didn't take out any of their ships. We didn't even get through their shields. They did some hull damage. This station is about to upgrade. It should be able to repair. The Alcade system has been fully surveyed. Let's go ahead and send this scientist. Let's go ahead and start getting Beta Ursa Majoris. We will move this fleet. No longer necessary to protect him, per se. We will set its home base to Polagar when Polagar becomes a base, but in the meantime we will just head there. And we will put this gentleman in orbit of Beta Ursa Majoris 5 so that when this system is claimed I can begin the archaeological dig. They're starting to rebuild their fleets.
Construction complete.
Pelagar is now a star base, or starhold. We will start with a shipyard here. This one is about to have its gun battery.
Construction complete.
We're going to go ahead and engage the star base.
Special project complete.
The CNS Khonshu has finished its scientific mission in Ofang 4, sweeping in low orbit over the ground at night. Shuttles from the science ship used EMP pulses to disable the archaic combustion vehicles used by pre-FTLs. Their occupants were then sedated and collected, while other away teams acquired samples by dissecting some of the local cattle. Our mission appears to have gone largely unnoticed by the planet's population, despite a few reports of unexplained lights and an incident where one of our shuttle crews deliberately used their thrusters to create circular patterns in a crop field. They have been reprimanded.
Engaging enemy station.
Yeah, they're running away. We lost another ship with Strike Force Gorgon. We will have both of these enter orbit of this station for now to repair when that comes back online. Now we have a view into their capital. They have a very small force there. We can smash what's left of their fleet fairly easily. I can't tell if they have defense platforms. That's the colony ship. That's their transport ships. Oh, they only have 2 armies? Oh, that is so bad for them. This war is going to be over fairly quick. Unless they decide to put the transport fleets on their capital. Yeah, we lost 1 corvette. They did have medium red lasers as well. So they have extra guns on their starport. One thing I haven't checked recently, I think I went all mass drivers when I... No, I did get a couple of medium lasers with my gun battery. So we have 3 mass drivers and 2 red lasers on here. Now, the red lasers are shorter range than the mass drivers, and they are much closer to accepting our subjugation of them. We can go ahead and reinforce that other ship here with Strike Force Gorgon.
Construction complete.
Now that we have Beta Ursa Majoris, we can begin excavating anyone home. Our survey ship has scanned Beta Ursa Majoris 5A and detected some artificial structures worth a closer look. Unnervingly, there are no signs of any population down there. And I think I do want to begin... Let's build this mining station that provides energy credits. And we will begin claiming some of these mining stations. They will help us out. We'll probably go back and get Zerk and Polagar. We'll wait for Polagar till after the war is over. I still have 3 mining stations queued up over here. We'll go ahead and move our transport fleet 1 jump closer. These hollow theaters filled up with a Farine and a human. We want that human to be an artisan. So we will pull up the 2 Farine, the one that was working as a clerk, into the entertainer slots. It gives us positive amenities by a small margin. And we can switch over to generating more Farine again, because we are going to want to build a generator district when we get our next one to get our energy credits up. And then we are going to need more amenities most likely, so we will just let them fill out the clerk spot and become domestic servants. And we can begin reinforcing Strike Force Medusa. Actually, before we begin that reinforcement of Strike Force Medusa, let me cancel that. We need to queue up having the gun battery here on Poligar Station. We generated some debris with small ceramo metal armor, fusion missiles, fusion reactor, and combat computer. That's us. We have all of those techs. Well, there's no rush on that. I'm going to wait to see if it fades. I don't want to send over here when they are going to be sending people in to attack. When we are at peace, I can come over here and salvage that debris. Both fleets are fully repaired. They're sending in a 1.5K fleet, and they have a 1K fleet behind it. We will hold here and make them come to us so that we also get
fleet action underway.
The station helping out. We decimated one of their fleets before the second one joined the battle. Yeah, this is not going well for them. We're going to go ahead and start clearing a dense jungle over the rushing waterfalls. Picturesque vistas formed when rivers flow over the cliff sides of steep mountainsides. It takes 6 months. That'll give us an extra district. We can get another agriculture district here since we are suffering food problems again. And I guess I'm going to have to hold off. I could do the reinforcements from the fleet manager. Yeah, let's go ahead and do our 2 reinforcements. One fleet needs 15 ships. That is Strike Force Dragon. Other than that, we will be fully reinforced again when those reinforcements are built and arrive. We did lose another ship with Strike Force Medusa. Alright, we are going to pull back and repair again. We lost one more Corvette. We took out 11 out of one of their fleets and 4 out of the other. Some of their nuclear missiles did get through. We didn't shoot them all down this time. And they sent another fleet in again to the grinder. A fleet of 146. We'll have Gorgon deal with them. Actually, we'll just send them both. If they're going to keep trickling in these fleets, we're going to keep crushing them.
Fleet action underway.
Got them. Back to orbit. Yeah, 9 more war exhaustion, and we only need to conquer 1 more system to make them end this war. So when we go to claim their capital, which will be after we're fully repaired, I want to head that way. We are now fully repaired. Strike Force Medusa is heading to Vartavar with Strike Force Gorgon in tow. And our transport fleet as well. Actually, we'll have a transport fleet follow Gorgon, so it will be even slower to the engagement. And it'll only take a month to get over there. Now our fleet should be at full strength when their reinforcements arrive. It'll take about...
Anomaly found.
Oh, another sign of precursor activity in Fidhilum. We'll leave that one be for now as well. Let's see, what level is this scientist? This scientist is level 5. Let us swap for the one in the Traveler. The eager scientist will be our archaeologist. And over here we will have Aziz, or Azizi. We will have Azizi research the projects in this system. So we will start with the one we are in orbit of. It is a level 10. It is going to take him 3 years. And after he finishes that, he will move over to get that level 4. So it'll be a while before we continue surveys over here, but that's another precursor. Which will leave just one for us to locate.
Fleet action underway.
Oh, we're taking out one of their science vessels. They have very weak fleets here. And a very weak starbase, so hopefully we should be able to take this.
Construction complete.
We're now on our way back to the Maestro system. We can end up claiming it. That'll be a little bit of energy and mineral. We've got some orders queued up for our constructors. Back to the battle. We did blow up their science vessel, but 2 of their corvettes fled the battle. They did hit us with a missile.
Fleet action underway.
Another hostile fleet has shown up here. Huh, interesting. After her recent victory in the Vardavar system, Admiral Sandra Kingsley has started emphasizing the importance of speed and rapid maneuvers in her fleet briefings. She's experimenting with new formations and patterns. This should be patterns. To get the most agility out of starships under her command. So she now has the gale speed trait. So both of my admirals here, that one's eager with gale speed. Oh, that one's a glory. No, that's the general. And the other is just gale speed. So both of them have gale speed now.
Construction complete.
Well, we took the starbase. This fight is pretty much over. I don't think we lost any ships. Let's see, we have 2 in transit and 1 still under construct, or one of them is in the system headed that way. So that should be all of our ships. Now that we have enough alloys, I believe we should start on the communications jammer here and here. And then when it comes to building defense platforms, of course, Shaula will be the priority. I'm going to wait 1 day to get this dense jungle cleared.
Blocker cleared.
So we can immediately start on the agricultural district here. I do have surplus Ichnerval here, or surplus humans I could move over somewhere. And we are growing Ichnerval here, so we do need to get another farm up and running fairly soon. They did armor damage, that's it, so we didn't lose any ships. We did some, we destroyed their colony ship. That's a huge setback for them. Material-wise, there's not really any place they could have set up a colony anytime soon. That is one problem I believe the AI has, is they will build colony ships when they have no place to send it. We destroyed a science ship, 2 of their transports, and most of their corvettes. And we are real close to achieving our war goals. But now that we control this system, they have 2 planets here. We can simply let our armies do some work. We'll start by landing on this smaller one, and we will send our fleets to orbit the star base. That does remind me, Strike Force Dragon should now be able to set its home base to Poligar.
Ground forces are dropping on target.
Yeah, this will be fairly quick.
Ground objectives secured.
And now we can send them to land on their capital. That should achieve our war goals. Surprisingly, that taking that 1 planet didn't push it up enough through occupation. But this one definitely will.
All sword ground elements are dropping on target. Sword 1 Actual reports all ground objectives secured.
Well, it still doesn't say we have achieved our war goals. But we control their only colonies. So we'll let it go through a month and see what happens. Do they have another colony? Maybe we need to grab some more systems, because 1 month was not sufficient for it to kick over. We'll put them... Actually, we will land them on the planet and just have them on the planet, keeping it under control. If we jump back to when I first had view on their capital, in case you're wondering why taking that 2nd planet didn't flip the system, I had missed abundance right here. So over on the bottom right, they had a 3rd colony in this system, which if I had noticed at the time, we could have just sent the armies over there and flipped the system and ended the war immediately through complete occupation. My fleets are fully repaired. Let's send Strike Force Medusa to Stellaris. We'll leave Strike Force Gorgon here and see if claiming a few more systems will make the difference to make it where we can achieve our war goals.
Engaging enemy station.
They haven't gotten through our shields. They just did with a little bit of armor damage. So we've taken a small amount of armor damage from their medium mass drivers, but they're about to collapse. He's got 223 hull points left. We could probably push on to another one if necessary. Both of our star bases have completed their modules or buildings, so Shaula can begin building its hangars. And it has been another 5 years. So thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.